the greatest film noir of all time. It's definitely the most beautifulest. That opening crane shot of watching the people go with the bomb in the car and they get to the building and boom. If you've seen The Player, you know what I'm talking about. Man, what more can a cinephile ask for? Criterion Sale, Radiant Sale, and now the Kino Lorber website Summer Sale. I may get divorced over this. Hey, I'm Jack from Minnelli Studio Entertainment, and I'm here to recommend you some films to pick up for the Kino Lorber Summer Sale. So, I'm a big fan of Kino Lorber. I think they do great work. They're one of my favorite boutique labels. I think they're right up there with Criterion. They release some of the most sophisticated films you've ever seen, but then they also release some really fun stuff. So I highly recommend almost any of their films. If you see the big KL on the spine, you know that's a good product. So let's get into it. So you see now we're on the website here. The spring into summer sale. Shop 700 titles as low as $4.99. Got good old John Candy there. And as you can see, 696, so not quite 700, as low as, shop, okay. And I'm not going to go through every single page because I may not have anything to say. But just off rip, if we're just looking at this first page, you can see the Kino. You can see the Kino everywhere. But we all know what we want to see first, right? That 4K UHDs. Cowboys and Aliens. Jon Favreau, Kino Lord, Daniel Craig, Harrison Ford. So it's a 2-disc set, and the first disc has a brand new HD UHD SDR master of the theatrical cut. Audio commentary with Favreau himself, 5.1 surround sound, all that good stuff. Now, the HD one, the DVD, comes with the extended cut and has conversations with the cast and crew. And, yeah. You know what? If you're into it, it's there. Trains, Burt Lancaster, John Frankenheimer, Hauser. I love them. Great, $16.99. Great product. Great film. I'm only gonna really talk about the ones I am personally attached to, like Monster Squad. This is a crazy film. If you know the lore, Shane Black might have been involved in the writing of this. This is a fun action film for kids after Goonies. I think it's better than Goonies, but Mystery Men, a comic book movie not a lot of people know about. It's from the universe, the Carrot universe, Flaming Carrot universe, or is it the Tick? You know what? I don't remember. But Ben Stiller, Kino Lord. Severance, Kino Lord. Narrow Margins. I've only heard about this film because of the Video Archive podcast with Quentin Tarantino and I can't remember his friend now. I'm sorry. You're good too. I like you. But Quentin Tarantino, and they had their new season they Patreon it, but I listened to that first episode and they talk about narrow margins, and it seems pretty good. It seems really good. Gene Hackman. Misery might be the best Stephen King adaptation. Rob Reiner, James Caan. So 2 discs. The first disc has the audio commentary with Rob Reiner, and then audio commentary with William Goldman. HDR Dolby Vision. If you buy it now, there is no slipcase. And if you get on the Blu-ray, it's many more special features. So if you want, this is only on 4K, so that's a great product right there. That's nice that it tells you there's no slipcase, so if you ask for a refund, we're not going to give it to you. Manchurian Candidate, a film that was or still is in the Criterion Collection, but now wait, this is the Denzel Washington one. Hold the Phone, Jonathan Demme, making me look like I don't know what I'm talking about. I've never heard much about this version of the film. I don't know much about it. So please, if you've seen this version of the Manchurian Candidate, please let me know. I'm pretty sure they have the John Frankenheimer Hauser one as well. But that's interesting. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. This is the 1970s version, I hope. Yep. Philip Kaufman, Donald Sutherland, Leonard Nimoy, Jeff Goldblum. I've heard mixed things about this particular 4K, so I don't know if I'm going to get it, but it is a beautiful looking film, so I highly recommend you buy it either on 4K or Blu-ray. It's not the same film from the Don Siegel one from the 50s, but it's a play on it, you know. I deeply enjoy it. I might like it more than the original. Nostalgia. I believe the first Andrei Tarkovsky film not filmed in Russia. And not a lot of special features. A behind the scenes, audio commentary with historian, interview with the director of photography. Okay, that's pretty neat. Yeah. This film, I want this film. I own all the other Tarkovsky films on Criterion, so this is one that's definitely on my wish list. Wow, we've been doing this for a while now, so I'm going to take a little break, drink some coffee. Cheers. And to remind you, I'm Jack, and this is Minnelli Studio Entertainment, and if you want to check out more of my videos, they'll be down below. And a relevant video to this video is I reviewed the film Vice Squad on 4K UHD, and that's not on sale, but it's a Kino Lorber release, and you should check it out, especially if you like crime films like Paul Schrader or Martin Scorsese films like I do. So yeah, that's been the commercial break. Back to our regular programming. Paint Your Wagon. I love Clint Eastwood, Lee Marvin, but this film does not interest me that much to buy. Play Misty for me, the first Clint Eastwood directing film. The first Clint Eastwood directing film. And again, this is brand new HDR Dolby Vision Masters from a 4K scan of a 35mm original camera negative. New audio commentary by screenwriter producer Al Spencer. New commentary, or not new, but audio commentary by novelist critic Tim Lucas. And then on the Blu-ray has a buttload of other special features. This is the first film Clint Eastwood ever directed. So if you're into Clint, I would highly recommend picking it up. This next one is a must for me. Ronin. Ooh, I've been messing up this guy's name all night. But John Frankenheimer. Man, this film right here was a revelation when I first watched it. And I got the old 2009 Blu-ray, and that's how I watched it. I freaking love this film so much. That car chase scene, oof. And then when I learned David Mamet is the guy who rewrote it, oof. You know, is the film perfect? No. But I did love it a lot. You know, at least 4.5 stars. 5 stars on the feelings. Brand new HDR Dolby Vision from 4K scan of the 35mm original camera negative. Audio commentary with John Frankenheimer. And then the Blu-ray has a buttload of special features. If you don't want to get on 4K, it's also a Blu-ray already for $10. You can't really beat that. Sands of Iwo Jima, directed by John Wayne, and is the only pro-Vietnam War film. The score, Serpico, good crime films. The Silence of the Lambs. I've heard people don't like this release. I don't know. I own the Blu-ray on Criterion, so I'm not the audience for it. Oof. Things to Do, Endeavor When You're Dead. I freaking love this film. So good. Yeah, it's Tarantino-esque, but I think it's so good, you know. I want this film. This film is definitely one that's coming home with me today. I love it so much. Stars Andy Garcia. And it's a neo-noir, pulp culture filled, like I said, Tarantino fest without Tarantino. So if you're into Tarantino, I would highly recommend Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead. Now, I would say the worst thing about the film is the title. It's a little too long. But Angie Garcia was amazing. Christopher Walken, Christopher Lloyd. Steve Buscemi was, whew, he was scary. Love this film. Love it. Definitely getting it. I wanted to live and die in LA, but I watched some reviews and it's a little iffy. So, I don't know. Tropic Thunder. Now, do you need it in 4K? I don't know. Should you have it in 4K? Yes. Two Mules for Sister Sarah. Haven't seen it. Hannibal and Red Dragon. I am a huge fan of Manhunter. Kino Lorber. Release Manhunter in 4K. Please. I will buy it. Now, Red Dragon, it's the same story, but directed by Burt Ratner. And it's a little more heightened. A little more colorful. Hannibal, I haven't seen. So, I know it's Ridley Scott. And it's David Mamet writing again, I believe. I don't know if it's going to say it here. No longer slipcase. Brand new restoration. HDR coloring with cinematographer. Yeah, I don't know about this one. Hey, comment down below. The Apartment. Billy Wilder. For a while, this was known as like the best movie of all time. And I remember I watched it like 10 years ago. I haven't seen. But it was a great drama about office politics. And it really taught a young me about the world. Not a lot of special features, but I'm sure the disc is good. And really, that's all that matters, right? Alphaville. Now, I own this on Blu-ray already, and I haven't even opened it, so I don't really feel the need to pick this up. But it does have a 2023 HDR Dolby Vision masters by Studio Canal from 4K scans of the original camera negative. So it's probably better than the one I got. Then you got the Fistful of Dollars, and I know all of them are here, and I got them all on Blu-ray. So personally, I don't need the 4K, at least not yet, because I'm pretty satisfied with them. But if you haven't picked up the Dollar Trilogy, you got to pick it up. They're probably some of the greatest films of all time. A Fistful of Dollars changed action cinema forever. Yes, it's a remake of Yojimbo, so it, reinvented it again with the music and the charmingness of Clint Eastwood. Yeah, it's a 10 out of 10 film in my book. If you don't own it, pick it up. Bob Leflember. I know nothing about this film besides that it's directed by John Pierre Merville, and I want it. I think that it used to be in the Criterion Collection as well. Brick. This is an interesting one. This is the Rian Johnson film. That's a film noir, spoken like a film noir, but it takes place in a high school. And it stars Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Megan Good's in it. Yeah, this was actually a hard film to find for years. So Kino Lorber is doing some good work helping us get this film. Brand new HDR vision, approved by director Rian Johnson from a 4K scan of the original 35mm. Wow. That's a good one to get if you ask me. Not a lot of special features though. New special features, I guess. Ooh. Same thing with the other Melville film. Le Deluso. John Melville. This was definitely in the Criterion Collection. Again, I don't know nothing about it. Not a lot of special features. But I can tell you I want it. It's noir. It's French. If you looked at my other pickup, I just picked up the hard-boiled box set by Radiance. So this is in the same line as that, so I gotta get it. Eastern Promises. Pretty interesting movie. Another crime film. Cronenberg. Haven't seen it. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Again, Jim Carrey. This is probably his best film acting-wise. Before we continue, I got a word from our sponsor, coffee. When you're going through a rough time and you need to calm your nerves, drink some coffee. But Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Kaufman, Andy Kaufman, screenplay. Of course, it's not going to say it. Elijah Woods, Kristen Dunst, Kristen Dunst, Mark Ruffalo. Just a tour de force of stuff. And this one comes with a new color grade, commentary with director and screenwriter Charlie Kaufman. And then the Blu-ray comes with a bunch of new stuff, I think. Fear and Desire. Now, I do wonder how this 4K looks because It's from a cheap film from the 50s. Stanley Kubrick's first film. This is the only film of his I don't own, so for me, it is pretty interesting. Brand new HDR Dolby Vision, Masterwork, 35 negative filigrane, new commentary. So there's a lot of stuff here. Short films from Kubrick. That may be interesting, viewer. Let me know down below if you've seen this version of the film. If you've gotten this far. If you've gotten this far, comment down below abracadabra. Again, the dollar films right here. Don't know what to say. They're probably the greatest westerns of all time. Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is in my top 3 films of all time. Indecent Proposal. Demi Moore, Woody Harrelson, Billy Bob Thornton. Don't be home with the kids watching that one. Last year in Marnibad. This is like a mime box of a film. I definitely want this one. I don't really nothing else besides that. 1961. It's not a French New Wave film, but it came out during the same time. Lady Killers. Now this is directed by Alexander Macendrick. He also did the film Sweet Smell of Success, and he wrote a book on filmmaking that I own, and it's very good. And he was a teacher to James Mangold, which was fascinating. James Mangold's in some special features in the Criterion Collection of The Sweet Smell of Success. So this is definitely something worth. Sir Alec Guinness is in it. Peter Sellers, dude, Kino Lords. The Coen brothers did remake this with Tom Hanks, I think 2005. Not as good. But this one gets a pass. The original Invasion of the Body Snatcher. This is a beautiful looking film. So I can't imagine it not looking great in black and white 4K. So highly recommend. High Plains Drifter, again, more Clint Eastwood goodness. In Bruges, this is a digital film, but I hear it looks good still in 4K. It was a 2K film that they did a lot of work to make look great in 4K. And great film overall. Amazing script. Almost done here. High Noon. Definitely one I'm getting. Gunfight at the OK Corral. I may get. I'm thinking about it. But High Noon, Gunfight at the OK Corral. What amazing westerns in this sale. Thank you, Kino Lorber. Sacrifice. More Andrei Tarkovsky goodness. I believe this is his last film, 1986. Absolutely gonna get. Absolutely. We're at the ending. Black Sheep, Chris Farley. I skipped the Kindergarten Cop. Again, for me, buying comedies on 4K is iffy at best, but there's an audience out there for them. The last one I'm going to touch is Touch of Evil for the 4K portion. I got some Blu-rays I'll talk about, but this is probably the greatest film noir of all time. It's definitely the most beautiful. That opening crane shot of watching the people go with the bomb in the car, and they get to the building, and boom. If you've seen The Player, you know what I'm talking about. But this is a beautiful film. $20, so it's the most expensive film I recommend, but it's more than 50% off. I wonder why. Maybe because it's a brand new. It's a 3-disc. Okay, it's 3-disc. The first disc has brand new Dolby Vision HDR master of the theatrical cut with audio commentary by film historian Tim Lucas and an audio commentary with writer filmmaker FX Feeney. Second disc, brand new Dolby Vision HDR master of the reconstructed cut with commentary film historian Imogen Sarah Smith. And then the third disc, brand new Dolby Vision HDR master of the preview cut. So you get 3 cuts of the film. Very interesting, dear viewers. Very interesting. Now, I want to recommend some Blu-rays that don't have a 4K. So here is I Am Heath Ledger, the Blu-ray, $5.99. I love this guy. I did a Christopher Nolan tier list. Check that out. I obviously talk about Heath Ledger, his performance with the Joker, breathtaking. Not a lot of special features. I love this guy. He was taken away from us too soon. Rest in peace, Heath. Kogan's Bluff, Don Siegel and Clint Eastwood's first collab. Some special features. It's a good film. It's a prototype to say what would be Dirty Harry. This is still him very cowboy-y before he goes full hard-boiled-y. It's an alright film. The Beast, aka the Beast of War. I have no idea what this is, but look at this cover. Beautiful cover. Nothing really on here, but this cover is gorgeous. Definitely worth the $7.99 by itself. Chains of Gold. So this is John Travolta. Right before he became a star with Pulp Fiction. Have no idea what this is. Tommy Burke is in it. Yeah, I don't know this film, but it's an interesting film. Jean-Luc Godard, La Chinoise. This is a 1967 film. Kino Classics. It's just Jean-Luc Godard. Anything by him you have to kind of watch. The Underneath. Now, this one I am super stoked about. I haven't seen it, but it's a noir Steven Soderbergh film, and it's only for $8.49. That's a great price for their self, you dare viewers. New audio commentary with Historian, and that's about it. This was released in 2021. This is a must buy. Peter Geller. I can't read right now. I've been doing this for too long. Broken Flower. That's a Jim Jarmusch joint. Jeffrey Wright. I wonder if they have coffee and cigarettes on sale. We can look. Let's see. We're doing it live. Nope. Okay, well, there you go. Death on the Nile, man. This is 2K restoration. Agatha Christie. You know the deal. You've seen the new one, right? Diva. I haven't seen this one, but this was part of that new French. It's not the French way, but like style of the late or the 80s throughout the 90s, where Jean-Luc Godard was a part of. I forget what we called it, but this is a beautiful looking film. I've always wanted to see it. I know it comes with a buttload of special features, and for $10, that's a great deal. Dogtooth. This is the first Yorgos Lanthimos film. If you get it, do not watch it with the kids in the house. On Flick, aka Dirty Money, a John Pierre Melville film that's not in 4K, but it has Alain Delon in it, so you know it's good. This is post La Samurai. Hardcore, Paul Schrader masterpiece. Love this film, and for $10, it's a steal. George C. Scott, he is a revelation in this film. There's no slip card. Audio commentary with Paul Schrader himself. Audio commentary with film historian. This film is great. If you buy anything, get this film. Hudson Hawk, Bruce Willis, Danny Aleo. I love him in The Protector. $10, it's a great deal. The Hunter, Steve McQueen's last film. Speaking about The Protector, Jackie Chan's character wears the same exact jacket, bomber jacket, as Steve McQueen wears in The Hunter. So when I was watching The Protector, that's all I was thinking. That's Steve McQueen's jacket. Atomic Cafe. Just look at that cover. Like, who wouldn't want to buy that? The Bulliage. Don Siegel, Clint Eastwood, Sofia Coppola remade this film with a few years ago. Brand 2K, new 2K master. $10. You can't beat $10. The Big Country. Gregory Peck, Charlton Heston. This is just a Western epic with a buttload of special features. If you're a Western fan and you haven't seen Big Country, pick it up. Blue Collar. Paul Schrader's first film he directed. Amazing film. Harvey Keitel, Richard Pryor, Yepe Kuto. This film was amazing. And Kino Lorber, I first watched it with this Kino Lorber release. I own this release, and it's a beautiful looking film. And if you're into Paul Schrader, the Kino Lord, you would definitely like Blue Collar. The Brink Job, I haven't seen this one, but I want to. That's why I put it here. It's directed by William Friedkin and stars Peter Falk. And this is the film he did after Sorcerer. So everyone in the Criterion sale, you're buying Sorcerer, buy Brink Job. The Specialist by Sergio Corbucci. Doesn't get any spaghetti western than this. This is dirty westerns. Dirty. New commentary filmmaker Alex Cox. Wow. That's pretty nuts. Navajo Joe. Sergio Corbucci, Burt Reynolds. Again. Filmmaker Alex Cox, an author of 1,000 Ways to Die, a director's take on the Italian Western. So Alex Cox wrote that book? Wow. And then a special scene-specific audio commentary by Ennio Morricone. Oh, historian. Okay. I thought it was him. I was like, wow, how do they do that? The Stranger, Orson Welles. This is a noirish film after, well, obviously 1946, so well after Citizen Kane. Not a really talked about film. Edward G. Robinson's in it. Master HD from archival 35mm elements preserved by the Library of Congress. The Lady from Shanghai, also Orson Welles, great noir. Thirst, Chang-Won Park, Old Boy, Let's see if they have any other of his films. They got DVD Lady of Vengeance. You know, not too bad if you're in the DVDs. Joe Kidd, probably my least favorite Clint Eastwood Western. Breeze, I only brought this up because I've never heard of it. The cover is stellar. It's directed by Clint Eastwood. Kamikaze, again, I know nothing about it. It says it's directed by Luke Benson, but right here it doesn't. It says writer producer Luke Busan. Kamikaze. This stellar cover, stellar stuff. I think this is the last one. Moe's Better Blues, Spike Lee. Actually, I think, yeah. So right here you see Crooklyn's also on sale for $10. If you're in the Spike Lee, Kino Lorber has got you covered. And I only just covered a fraction of what Kino Lorber has, in total, right? A fraction. And if you made it this far, you got to think about your life choices. I'm just kidding. If you had this in the background, it's a pleasure talking to you. Please comment down below your thoughts on the Kino Lorber Summer Sale. I got some money to spend, and I can't wait to do it because, I love supporting companies like this because they're giving me something to love, giving me something tangible to hold in my hand, and I can put on my television anytime I want, as long as I have power. And they're doing great work. Kino Lorber is doing amazing work. And again, if you made it this far, subscribe. I got another video on Kino Lorber that's not a film that's not on sale here called Vice Squad. So check that video out if you're inclined. It's not on sale, but it's a great video. And just comment down below what you like. What Kino Lorber films you're looking forward to, and hit that thumbs up to give me some confidence to keep on going. So I've been Jack from Minnelli Studio Entertainment, and I'm signing off saying, watch more movies.